Hi, it's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Monday, the 16th of May, 2022. How's your lunar eclipse? I bet you haven't been asked that recently or too often. Oh yeah, okay, so linked for you at the end of this video is the full moon lunar eclipse video, as well as our wonderful making the most out of Mercury retrograde video. Check them all out. And what are we doing today? Yes, we're tuning into the moon phase, the energy atmosphere of the day. Moon phase, it's changing up. We're moving out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius today. The sun remains in Taurus for a few more days. And we're using the Muse Tarot as well as the Light Seers Tarot. These are created by the same person. So I feel like they're sister decks to one another. All right, we will start out with, I think it's the Sacred Forest Oracle. This is a message from our soulful presence, how it is speaking to us, with us, through us today. Our first is Foggy Bog. There we go. Patience. I'm going to switch that word up to allowing. I much prefer allowing rather than patience. Patience is another one of those want, try, hope kind of words. I feel it's really frustrated waiting. Though allowing, that's going with the flow and allowing the universe to flow through us. Harmony. Foggy Bog, though, this means that we may not necessarily see things clearly today. And to allow is to yield, to trust. Trusting that the highest and greatest potential outcome will unfold for us. And our next card is Daffodil Fairy, New Beginnings. Trust the new beginnings flowing our way. We may not necessarily have evidence for them at this time, and it's the faith that we hold in our soulful presence that has us on overflow with allowing. All right, let's see what influences the moon phase is offering to us today. Our first card is Queen of Inspiration. This is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the Fire Queen. I just love her. And I know I say that every time we see her. It's her outspokenness. It's the divine feminine within us that speaks courageously, authentically, in an unedited, sometimes raw way. She's the one who says what everyone else is thinking. She does it with grace, she does it with tact, and she does it with great humor and personality. So she reminds me also of the Strength card, which brings the message about having the courage, the bravery, the boldness to live your heart space right out loud. And so this queen does that. So we are being invited into the energies on offer to us here and now to occupy this aspect of our divine feminine energy. Next, we have Eight of Materials. So this would be the Eight of Pentacles. Keep doing what you're doing, because it is absolutely working for you. Eight is, in tarot, is movement, momentum, going with the flow, trust the flow. And sometimes when we see the Eight of Coins, there's a message of there's no end in sight. And often when we are at the Eight of Coins in the development of our creativity, how we are bringing our creativity to light, to life, there can be a lull in the action. So the Eight of Coins is one of those cards that feels a little bit slow. The whole suit of coins is not necessarily one of a rushed energy. And in that lull, we could be looking to the horizon of the Ten of Coins, which is the legacy of fulfillment card, right? And we may be excited for crossing some kind of a finish line, and we may have the willpower, the drive, and the fire to push something. And the Eight of Coins says there is no pushing. There is no forcing something to move along more swiftly than it can. Which brings us back to the foggy bog. These are the moments we have to trust in the momentum and the divine timing available to us all. Our next two cards, we have the Four of Voices. That would be the Four of Swords. And we have the Hermit. Ooh, take a look at that artwork, would you? So look at the light coming from the eyes of this character on the card. The traditional meaning of this card is rest and relaxation for the spiritual warrior. And typically we see a knight at rest in a tomb. It's a card of preparation. It is a card of stability because it is a four. So we are on a super stable foundation. And I feel that this artwork in particular is representative of our vision for our unfolding, oncoming, our horizon. And it requires the dedication and commitment that you see here on the Eight of Coins, lit up by the Queen of Wands. So here's the Queen of Wands with all her fire and her passion, personality, gregarious spirit, right? We have all this raw enthusiasm channeled into the Eight of Coins. And between those two cards, you could potentially feel a slowdown of energy. And some of us may get to a point where we're like, oh, this is taking too long, because we want some sort of satisfaction, gratification. Though now we come into the Hermit with the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is us holding our vision and being prepared for the very next step, what comes of holding the vision, of bringing it to life, of our commitment and our dedication. And here we have a bit of a desert landscape with the Hermit. And the Hermit, I intuitively feel, holds up his lantern and allows us to see beyond the veil, kind of like the High Priestess. Though the feeling for me intuitively is that the Hermit will show us what we don't necessarily desire to look at. And this is why whatever process you're in that you would like to rush, you cannot rush. Because there is something of great value in what you don't currently see and what is in development here. And the projection of this vision in the Four onto the Hermit, this sort of blank landscape. We're filling in the horizon with what we hold in heart space. I highly recommend you go and look at the full moon lunar eclipse video, because there is a load of fulfillment in that reading. And I feel that it combines nicely here with these first four cards, because the Five of Coins shows up in the lunar eclipse reading, which is a card that brings us some contrast. And this Hermit card and this Four of Swords may be just a little bit of contrast that provides the most valuable perspective to continue growing in the way that we are, witnessed by the tarot cards in the lunar eclipse reading. Okay, the next three cards came out together, and we have the Queen of Voices. Yeah, there's the Queen of Swords. Oh, perfect. I love that she's here. This queen is a no-nonsense kind of queen. So this is the no-nonsense aspect of our divine feminine energies. And she's a no bullshit queen, and I love that about her. And I feel that that's the pause we're getting off the Eight of Coins. We're still in momentum. We're still in beautiful flow. We are still in great allowing over here for the new beginnings that are developing now and in the oncoming. And this queen has us taking a very discerning eye, Four of Swords, a very discerning eye for what we've kept nurtured, what we continue to nurture in our vision and on our horizon. And it is what will come to light and life for us through the Hermit. A quest beckons. We are in a journey on the Hermit, and there's no rushing that journey. And this queen knows it. So she's saying, stay sharp. Keep your wits about you. And be prepared for what you are in creation of on the Eight of Coins. And keep that fire burning in the Queen of Wands as well. And then we have the Ace of Inspiration. So there's the Ace of Wands, confirming that message beautifully. Divine and cosmic gift of raw enthusiasm, inspiration, passion, creativity, and wonder, awe as well. And that's the universe showing up here saying, I have this on overflow for you. Accept the wand and invest it in your Four of Swords, your Hermit, your Queen of Swords as well. And then we have, beautiful, oh, look at this. Look at this artwork, the star. See that beam of light? Notice on the 4, we have 4 beams of light, but here on the star, it's 1, and it's like all 4 of those have come together on the star. And she is our divine feminine aspect of manifestation creation. So look at the energy that we are investing and look at how it is blessing us. It requires us to remain in allowing for the new beginnings that are emerging on our foundation at this time. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look at the energy atmosphere of the day from the Light Seers Tarot. Our first 2 cards. Oh, how beautiful. We have the King of Wands. So now we have the Queen and the King. The King of Wands has come with the 10 of Pentacles. So there's the fulfillment. And, you know, as I was saying moments ago, whenever we're at the 8 of coins and we're feeling a bit stalled out and or stagnant, maybe the horizon is a little foggy for us, we're dreaming of the fulfillment of the 10 of coins, which is our legacy of happiness and how we continue to invest and reinvest in our own selves. So here's the King of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles. And this card, these 2 cards together bring the message of allowing. Allow the energies that are flowing behind the scenes or in the unseen at this time to bless us in divine timing in the way that they will. So continue to hold the space, continue to hold the yes in your field. Beautiful. All right, next card. Yeah, look, 6 of Wands now. Victory, success, homecoming to our own selves. And there is the message of notoriety on this card. We begin to notice our own self-mastery as evidenced through the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, King of Wands over here. So go to your self-mastery no matter what you are facing. If you're not able to really visualize your own horizon very well at this time, come into allowing and trust the divine all is doing its part on our behalf, and go with that flow. Keep your hearts focused on the new beginning and or the fresh start that is in development on our foundation. Next 2 cards, we have the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Coins, 7 of Pentacles. See, there is something going on just below the surface or behind the scenes. The 10 of Swords. This card showed up, I believe it was in the Mercury retrograde message for today. You know, it's referred to as the fallen master walking on to a whole new horizon in fulfillment. And I recall too that the 7 of Coins is in that reading as well. So we're taking a lot of our journey on faith at this time. And we're able to foster that faith because of our prior successes, because of our prior victories. We're not talking ourselves out of that. And as a matter of fact, with the Queen and the King of Wands, we're talking about our journey passionately. And just below the surface, there's so much more about to emerge for us. And there's a little bit of surprise and delight, Ace of Wands, on what's emerging, because the universe always puts its own spin on it in a way that we could not have anticipated. and in a way that brings greater blessing than we could have ever dreamed of while we're sitting in the tub over here resting and relaxing on the Four of Swords. But the Four of Swords is get ready for what's next, and what is next will surprise and delight us. Next card, Wheel of Fortune. Another 10. It just keeps happening. You pull one, you find another here. Wheel of Fortune is divine delivery system. This is us having faith for what is on the horizon. This is us walking toward that in the 10 of Swords. Next card. And there's the swiftness of energy that we were looking for over here on the 8. It's there. And the sooner we allow ourselves to allow, the more swiftly the energy appears to move on our behalf and in our favor. Remember that the wheel is always turning in our favor. There are moments that look and or feel somewhat unfavorable in the turn or in the spin, though those moments create just the right kind of contrast, something we've been speaking a lot about through the cards lately. So there's the Chariot. We're moving dynamically forward, and we're moving dynamically forward into some of the unseen on our own horizon, hence being fogged in over here. It's okay. We're going anyway. We're doing it anyway. We're not stopping. We're not stalling. The 8 of Coins may have us perceiving that a stop or a stall is unfolding just because we can't see the forest for the trees right now. Ultimately, we are garnering our gains through our self-mastery, and the King and the Queens here in the reading, and we're moving all of that energy with us. And then we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, pause for enlightenment. And what I feel there is the emerging energy that's on the 7 of Pentacles, the promise of the harvest that's on the vine for us already. Our enlightenment informs us that there is so much more, which is why we're not truly stalling out or stagnating in any way. We are moving swiftly in the direction of the fulfillment of the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Swords, our 6 of Wands, 4 of Swords. Yeah, it's amazing energy. We're keeping the faith for our star card over here. All right, let's take a look at what's on the bottom of the deck coming out of the unseen. See, this is such confirmation of what I just said. The universe has its own way of putting a happy spin on everything, an unexpected and quite desirable spin. Here's the Sun. Yeah, love, bliss, joy, and happiness. Also, enlightenment for what's floating around in there in the subconscious that could have us potentially fogged in at this time. If we can just simply allow that to be what it is, with, holding unconditional loving kindness for ourselves, clarity comes. The sun burns that fog off, and we're able to see the new beginnings quite clearly. And where things may feel compartmentalized or separated in the 4 of Swords, just by looking at the artwork, it all comes together over here in the Star. Our next card, whoa, here's the Tower. You know what I see here, though, is an explosive emerging of energy. I don't feel that this is a tower coming down. It's more like Shazam, look what just landed on your foundation. And there's a huge wow factor for that too. Oh, I love that message. I might have to make that the title of the video. All right, next, last off the bottom of the deck. Maybe not last because of what I just saw. Okay, here's the 6 of Coins. Beautiful card. There's reciprocity. It is divine reciprocity. This is the universe saying, I am working in harmony with you. What you give, I give back. So continue to fuel your fire and your passion for your 10 of Coins over here, for everything that you feel in the oncoming of that Wheel of Fortune. And I am going to take the next card just because I feel she's worthy of mentioning more than once. There's the Queen of Swords again. There's our no-nonsense lady. So we're being encouraged by the moon energy to have no nonsense for our own ego BS. And the universe is saying, I have no room for nonsense for your ego BS either. I like that. It's great confirmation. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. I know I was going to stop. However, here's the moon, something emerging, rising to the surface. And again, we're in the ripple of a lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. Transformation. And I love how the death card is done here in the Light Seers Tarot, because what do you see in the face of death but a new horizon, which is what we're talking about here. This is us witnessing our own new beginning. That's gorgeous. Okay. Angel answers. Great cards to confirm something unique to you, to answer questions unique to you, and an opportunity to hear what our guides, angels, ancestors may be whispering to us in the now. We have improving health falling out of the deck. I love this card. I really do. It's so encouraging. And you do not have to necessarily take it literally. Consider this card as saying there's an upgrade in your frequency. Your frequency has improved. Therefore, the ripple effect improves. Your broadcast improves, doesn't it? So you are operating in a frequency that is much more fulfilling, rewarding. Next. Here's confirmation of the Chariot card too. Be assertive, keep going. And encouragement for the 8 of Pentacles on the moon phase side of the reading. Be assertive, keep doing what you're doing. It truly is working for you. And put some fire to it, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Recall the passion you were feeling when you began the quest that you're on, Hermit. Remember the enthusiasm. Recall that. Bring it forward into the now. Next. Big happy changes. It's your happy. Remember that it's your happy that makes the big change. So be assertive with your happiness. One more. Ooh, falling out too. Here's the Wait card, which goes with the Foggy Bog card. Wait is really allow. Patience, really allow. Allow the divine to do its part, and allow the divine part to flow, Wheel of Fortune, into your world, into your life experience. Okay, last card comes from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and it is intended to be a final thought, contemplation, and potentially a meditation for us. And what we have here is spark. Oh, nice. You know, that is confirmation to me of what I was just saying. Recall the passion in which you undertook the current quest, right? And this is the spark of inspiration. Keep that alive in your heart space. Have a beautiful Monday, everybody. Check out the Mercury retrograde message. Check out the lunar eclipse message. They are all linked for you at the end of this video. Peace. Namaste.